I've been writing songs longer than I've been singing, so I songwriting is just in my blood. Like I love it, and it felt very unnatural not to be a part of that process. Usually what they did years prior is they would start the writing process a few weeks earlier, kind of anticipating who the winner would be, and then do a bit more writing after, and then they toss out the album. The year that I won, it was the very first year that they didn't start the writing process until the winner was announced. So I remember it being a very humbling experience because I had two writing camps. So Sony had a writing camp for me, and EMI, when they were kicking around, EMI had a writing camp for me. So on both of those sessions, there was 20, 25 writers all the same day, all writing for me. So I'm there. There's two or three people in one room. There's a couple people in this room. There's a couple people on the next floor, and it's all happening for a 3-4 day period. And they're all trying to write these tunes. So I would get in. It was very weird to me because I'd get into a writing session with these people, and I got something flowing with a certain writer and love the tune. And then I'd get a phone call in that room and say, "Hey man, we just finished this tune. Do you mind if Brian comes in and sings on the demo?" Because they understood that the likelihood of me picking a song that I wasn't singing on would probably be a lot less likely. So they really wanted me to sing on the demo so that they could hear my voice, right? So I would bounce around to room. So I'd start writing this tune. I'd bounce around. I'd have to go and sing this demo. And I'd go into another writing session. I'd build some momentum, and they had to call me and do another demo for someone else. And that was basically my life for that week. So, but luckily, through some of the songs that I was able to sit in and write, some of them were chosen as some of the best out of the bunch, and was chosen, which I was thankful for. But it was even some of the songs that I co-wrote was sort of hard for me to feel super attached to a lot of them because of the way that I wrote that album. But after a show like that, man, like the single was out. So midnight, I win the show. All I ever wanted is on the radio the next day, right? So they need a second single before the album even comes out, right? So I won the show September 11th. We wrote, produced, marketed the whole album, and the album was out November 27th. So just over 2 months
Wow.
of doing all of that. So it was a lot. So yeah, so it was important to me because it's just what I do, and I'm glad that they're able to hear my voice, and that I was able to get a few cuts on it. Um, and then, but it still was very foreign. It was still a very foreign process to me. So when I did my second album, The Truth, I wrote everything on that album. So I still wanted to get back to writing those songs because, like I said, that's the way I feel connected to the music. That's important to me. Not saying that I would never take any outside tunes, but for the most part, for me, it's all about the writing process. So it was humbling to know that they saw something in me, and they trusted in some of the songs that I wrote.